Hello, so basically this is the Mage tower for pre-patch as Obliterate and Breath. So here's my talent build. You can see in the class 3 I have a lot of different talent. What's very important is you have the extra grip range um, talent selected. The rest is all optional. The um, the long grip is a must for this. Now let's go to the boss kill. So basically the way this mini boss works is it has three phases. The first phase is the easiest. All he does is Frostbolt and Razor Ice. When he does Razor Ice, he will teleport away. So you see where I'm positioning him right now. When he jumps away very soon, you'll see. I'm going to kill the little Razor Ice and grip him right away. And then I'm gonna aim myself so that my killing machine or aim towards the Razor Ice. This is useful because every time you kill a Razor Ice, it gives you a free death strike. And those free death strike heal you for a lot. So I'm just repositioning the boss, and sometimes he doesn't jump far, so like here you can just grip him. And um, gripping him is very good because you reduce a lot of damage by just having the possibility of kicking him. So in a perfect world you want to save AMS and you don't want to use it. You want to save AMS for phase 2. Right there. As you can see, I press AMS and I run through with Death's Advance and boom, it's done. So, and AMS is short enough so that you have it for every time this happens. Um, it's not necessary to have AMS for that. I just think that it's definitely the easiest way to do it. If you need to use AMS for this phase, then just use it. So here I'm gonna be doing the same thing. This is phase 2. The only difference is you cast Arcane Barrage instead of Frostbolt. Don't actually know like if it's actually different. When he does draw power, you wanna stop it. So you need to be mindful of having enough CC. So here I don't have AMS, and it's going to do the intermission. So I look at my map and I see a yellow dot, and I just follow the dot, and I go where he is at. Because I don't have AMS, I just use my Transforms Fairy for fun. Um, I used it just to stun the little mirror. When you stun them, it reduces some damage. And I was scared, so. But yeah, basically this, see the boss was not positioned correctly here, but it's very hard to position him correctly after the phase, so. But right here it should be easy. So here I grip him, or whatever. Aim myself like this, and now I can death strike. But otherwise just try to stun him as much as possible, like this, or kick him. And for this, Razor Ice, Chain of Ice is good, Rhyme is good, Killing Machine proc is the best. You basically, your aim is just to kill one at a time. Like it's not an AoE. Like you don't want to do AoE. Doing AoE is counterintuitive. If you kill all of them, it doesn't matter. All you have to do is you have to kill the one in front of you to make a path for you to go forward. With this strategy, you kill one at a time, you death strike. You kill one at a time, you death strike. There's always collateral damage, but this is the strat for obliteration. For Brett, the strat is completely different. So I don't have AMS here, so I have to run. As you can see, I do the same thing. I just stun them to reduce some damage. Death strike, drive by death strike, and still run through. Now, every time he does Shadow Barrage, they get harder and harder. Just make sure you don't get hit by them. They don't one shot, but if you play like me and you're very low health, they'll definitely kill you. Now, this is pretty much the phase 1 and phase 2. Pretty much kick him on CD. Always try to have a sort of CC so that you can stop his draw power, because he gains more damage if he doesn't get stopped. Now, make sure you use Chain of Ice for the Razor Ice. He phases at 10%. Make sure that you always have CDs for the last phase. So what I would recommend is probably Lost on the last phase instead of on pull. So here is last phase. You see, you drop combat. So eat. If you're low health, just eat. Like put a feast down, eat or something. You can also drop target dummies, like I learned that. So dropping target dummy can actually be useful. Anyways, it might be a cheese. Okay, maybe I'll make another video on that. Maybe I'll explore and maybe find a cheese, because you can drop target dummies. So for the last phase, there's an invisible wall on the edge. You cannot fall, so just always go on the edge, grip him, and start pumping. So this is where you should last and pump everything. You should always keep Frost Orbs free for emergency. And what I mean by emergency is read this. When he does this, this is a channel, and it spawns 3 ads. If the ad reach the bus, you heal the bus to full, and it's a wipe. As you can see, the bus is not moving until this is finished. So if you plan to use Frost Forms Fury, do not aim it at the bus. Otherwise the bus will get stunned and interrupt the cast and start moving towards you and heal for full. So I pillar again, pillar the bus to maximize damage. Remember that this is a DPS check. Always try to use your cooldown on the bus. Do not step in the purple shit on the ground. It does a shit ton of damage, a lot. Yeah. So there are times where you will pillar the ad. I might even press it here on the ad. It's not the worst. It end up working out because you kill them so fast with pillar that you actually get pillar for the boss. You see, like, they're already dead. 2 key, yeah. And then I have the remaining pillar for the boss, and you can just grip him like to you, like this, yeah. And you see I still have pillar, so you can pillar the ad and the boss, so it's really entirely up to you. I think if I had lost on lost on the phase 3, and I'd probably try to play even more safe and probably just pillar the ad, but I needed damage here because I kept disconnecting. I kept fighting this guy, and every time it reached like 20%, 30%, I just kept disconnecting. I think it happened like twice, and this is like a 10-minute fight or something. So, yeah, it's super annoying. Anyways, so just run away. A good distance, very up to you. You don't have to run this far. Like, this is way too far, probably. You can probably min-max this another time. I'm running the D&D slow. I'm running the Chain of Ice route. I'm running the Frost Forms Fury stun. Like, these ads are not moving anywhere. You can really drop the ad literally on top of him if you would like, just to cleave him. As long as they're like CC'd. Well, not on top of it, but like in a just in front of him, just so that you can cleave him at the same time as killing the ad if you really like. But this is last phase. Yeah, this boss can be stunned, so you can still stun him to negate damage, but be aware that if you stun him, he stops moving, and you can see like the growing purple thing. This might make you lose up a time on the boss if you stun him. But this is the last set of ads, and then just burn. And yeah, I'm just keeping Frost Forms Fury for emergency. Yeah. So after this kill, I will show you guys Brett, how I killed this with Brett, which actually was easier because I kind of came up with the phase 1 and 2 strat, and phase 3 was very easy because Brett just did more damage for me with my gear, I guess. I don't know. I didn't really try to min-max anything. So yeah, let's go to Brett now. It should transition soon into Brett. There we go. Now, Brett, this is my talent. Nothing really changes on the left. On the right, you can see I'm using Obliterate and Brett. It's very good. So I decided to last sample and pop everything. Probably not recommended. Just keep lost for last phase. So for Brett, there's a different sort of strategy that I came up with that you will see after the second Resurrise. So I figured out that like with Brett, I am not getting these Resurrise. So what I will do after this, and you have to remember that I one-shotted this with Brett, so I came up with the strat while fighting this guy. So basically, remember that you want to like tank him not in the middle, not like this, right? But with Brett, you actually want to fight him like this. Because when he does this, you just want to be able to grip him, and that's it. You grip him and you just keep fighting him. You in-air everything else, you don't move. You keep that striking. And yeah, pretty much I found that like this was easier for Brett. You can probably do this for Obliterate too. But yeah. So with Brett, I don't really AMS this phase. I think I kind of like need AMS for surviving the Resurrise a little bit more compared to Obliterate, just because there's like less damage overall. But yeah, you see here I just grip the boss in position and make sure I'm ready. And this was the strat for Brett. When he jumps, you grip him and you keep pumping. I think here I'm going to delay my Brett, but what's very important is that you always make sure that you have Brett at the start of last phase. Very important. So here I just run through with AMS and that's advance. I'm just healing a little bit for fun. And I Brett here. Usually you always want to press Brett after he does like a mechanic. I don't even care about like holding Brett, to be honest. Like Brett is really just for last phase. And here I didn't have the time to move the boss to the middle. So now I'm taking like frost bolts in the face. It's not good. Trust me, it's not good. I go back and kill the Resurrise. Every time you kill a Resurrise, you gain a Death Strike proc. Heals you to full, pretty much. I grip him in the middle. I grip him twice here like an idiot. That means I don't have grip for 15 seconds. That means I'm not gonna be able to grip him when he jumps, and he jumps so often. Lucky me, every time you kill a little Resurrise, these things grip resets. So you'll see here my grip's gonna come back and I'm gonna grip him. Gripping him now. Yeah. See, I'm just staying in. Nothing else matter. And yeah, that's why I say like AMS. There's two strat. Like you can either do this strat where you just AMS to negate damage, or you AMS for this phase, for this intermission. I call it. It makes it easier and less scary. Because you can just run through the pillar, the beam with AMS. But as you can see, the boss 30% now. He phase at 10. My breath is coming up, and I will not be using it because I need the damage for last phase. So pretty much just gonna pop pillar and creep him back and kill him slowly. Actually, this was a pretty unlucky run. I like the boss phase at 10%. I think I got like 2 mechanic at like 10%. I got like a mechanic at 11% and 13% or some shit. For the shadow barrage, just be careful. Don't try to be greedy, especially when you're tanking in the middle like this, like me. Um, you don't even see them going through the middle. But yeah, for this, I could explain how to do it like the right way, but just run through and death strike and like kick stuff and yeah. Or if you really feel like that, like you're messing it up, just save AMS. Like it's very not a big deal to save AMS for that intermission. Um, I kind of just forgot about holding AMS on this run, but I just one-shotted it. One-shotted it. Um, so yeah. You see, I'm not in grip range. So if you want this not to happen to you, just try to reposition the boss as fast as possible. So like always try to grip him in the middle like this, um, so that it never happens to you. You see 11% and I get the shitty mechanic, and then um, attends, and then yeah. So last phase now. Um, let's see. Very, very simple. Um, you can actually drop target dummies, which I will do in this video, but maybe I can come up with some cheese for you guys. I bet there are some cheese with target dummies. So this is where you would last and pop everything, if you need last. Now, this is pretty similar to obliteration, but make sure that you save Frostworm's Fury for emergency or to kill the ad. You see, I have a killing machine. Usually when you get a killing machine, this killing the ad is very easy. If you need to, you can just Frostworm's Fury too. But at the end of the day, this is a DPS check, and you want to make sure to use all of your cooldowns on the boss and not on the ad. So using breath as start of phase 3 is very important because you will get an extra breath at the very end where the room is filled out and it's panic. You also want to save AMS for the end of the fight as well. There are some things you can do with the AMS where you could go into the purple with AMS, and then you could have the boss like drop puddle in the purple to save some space. Yeah. and then you want a brat like instantly. So that's why there I like made sure that I pretty much AFK'd for like 5 seconds while before Brett came up, just to make sure that I had like enough runes, or yeah, enough runes to like at least have a 10-second Brett. You know, that's all you need really. 10-second Brett. You don't really care for this mini boss at least. Using pillar on the head is okay. It's definitely overkill. I know that I don't need the damage, because I can tell that with the space I have and the health of the boss is very low. And then yeah, that's the fight.